This mother ended the lives of her 3 children during a psychosis episode. Lindsay Clancy lived in Massachusetts with her husband Patrick and their 3 children, 5-year-old Kara, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Callan. She worked 9 years as a labor and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital, and she was described as caring, compassionate, and devoted to her husband and children. To those who knew them, Lindsay and Patrick appeared to have a happy family. Behind the scenes, however, Lindsay had been struggling with serious mental health issues after the birth of Callan in May of 2022. In November of that year, she started to have anxiety and insomnia, and by December, she started to have thoughts of ending her own life and intrusive thoughts that involved her children. Lindsay reached out to multiple specialists, and they prescribed her medications, and with her taking all these different medications, it started to affect her. On January 1st of 2023, Lindsay admitted herself to McLean Hospital after wanting to harm her children. She stayed there for a total of 5 days and was discharged on January 5th after she stated that her intrusive thoughts stopped. And the hospital discharged her because they didn't feel like she was a danger to herself or her family. Once she returned home, Patrick believed that she was improving. Just 2 days later, the family celebrated Kara's birthday, and it seemed like Lindsay was sleeping better and her mood improved. On the morning of January 24th, Patrick asked Lindsay how she was feeling, and she stated that she slept good and she felt good. That day, she took Kara to her doctor's appointments, and later in the afternoon, she built a snowman with Kara and Dawson, sending photos to the family. Later that evening, Lindsay asked Patrick if he could go pick up medication for their daughter and to also pick up some dinner. Just after 6 p.m., Patrick returned home and the house was unusually quiet. He went upstairs and noticed that the master bedroom door was locked, and after forcing it open, he found blood, a knife, and an open window. He quickly went outside and found Lindsay lying semi-conscious in the backyard. Lindsay revealed to him that she tried to end her own life and that the children were in the basement. Once he got to the basement, he saw that Kara and Dawson were unalived and Callan was still alive but critically injured, and unfortunately 3 days later he passed away at the hospital. Once police arrived to the home, they identified exercise bands as the weapon. They also recovered journals written by Lindsay, and she's talking about self-harm, wanting to harm her children, possibly having more children, and then she talks about her medications and symptoms. Lindsay was immediately arrested, and prosecutors believe that all of this was planned. Approximately between 5:15 to 6 p.m., Lindsay used exercise bands to strangle her children, then jumped off a 2-story window to try and end her own life, but she failed. But Lindsay's attorney claims that she was suffering from postpartum depression and she didn't really know what she was doing. Just weeks before the killings, Lindsay told Patrick, "I just wish I could feel something." Despite everything that happened, Patrick continues to publicly support Lindsay. As of today, Lindsay remains paralyzed from the waist down, and she is staying at a hospital under court-ordered psychiatric treatment. This case remains ongoing, and people are trying to decide if this was all planned or because of a severe mental health crisis.